In the 1920s, a cultural and technological revolution transformed the world and ushered in a new era of prosperity and social change. Known as the Roaring Twenties, this period was characterized by the rise of jazz music, flapper fashion, and a consumer culture fueled by new technology and economic growth. The Roaring Twenties were marked by a spirit of optimism and modernity as people around the world embraced new forms of entertainment, communication, and transportation. The Model T Ford, introduced by Henry Ford in 1908, became the first mass-produced car and quickly revolutionized the economy as it created new industries and job opportunities. At the same time, the Roaring Twenties were also marked by a cultural revolution as young people embraced new forms of music and fashion. Jazz, which had originated in New Orleans at the turn of the century, became the soundtrack of the decade. As musicians like Louis Armstrong, Duke Ellington, and Bessie Smith captivated audiences with their energetic rhythms and improvisational style, the flapper, a new type of young woman who defined traditional gender roles and embraced new forms of fashion and behavior, became an iconic symbol of the era. The Roaring Twenties were also marked by a surge in economic growth as America experienced an unprecedented period of prosperity. The rapid expansion of industry and the emergence of new technologies like the radio and the telephone allowed for faster communication and greater efficiency. The stock market boomed during this period as investors poured money into new industries and speculative ventures. However, the Roaring Twenties were also marked by significant social and political challenges. Prohibition, which was instituted in 1920 and banned the sale and consumption of alcohol, led to a rise in organized crime and corruption as bootleggers and speakeasies proliferated across the country. At one point during the 1920s, New York City had over 100,000 of these secret bars. The rise of nativism and xenophobia also led to an increased amount of discrimination against immigrants and minorities, as groups like the Ku Klux Klan gained political power and influence. In many ways, the Roaring Twenties were a time of great contradiction and paradox, as America grappled with the forces of modernity and tradition, prosperity and inequality, freedom and oppression. As the decade drew to a close, the nation was poised on the brink of a new era, one that would be marked by even greater change and upheaval. The Great Depression of the 1930s would bring an end to the prosperity and optimism of the Roaring Twenties, but the cultural and technological legacy of this decade would continue to shape American society and culture for years to come.